Hey everybody, it is Bobby. Just sorry I haven't posted a video in a while, but I wanted to give you a garage update. Hi, how you doing? I wanted to give you a garage update. So I haven't given you a real garage update at all, really. But I've done a lot to the garage since moving in to the house. Uh, it will be 2 years that we've been living here. So yeah, I've been doing a lot to the garage. But yeah, so the first thing I want to show you guys is I actually have a workbench here. There used to be like a little table like right around there, just about like I would say 2 feet by 2 feet, right? But now I took that down and I built this, which is the bench is 8 foot long. It's 8 foot long and 2 feet wide, and I think it fits pretty well between the windows there. And then right after I built the what you call it, the bench, I also built this shelf here. So I'll go in a little more detail about the bench here. I built the bench with just 2x4, and plywood top. What in this all this wood here was all like I already had it in one of my sheds in the backyard there. I already had it in my shed, so I just used it. So the only cost to me was the actual screws, which is not bad at all. But yeah, so I built the bench out of 2x4s. I did like the front and back piece is all 2x4, and then I have, I guess you could call it stretchers or whatever, going across here and here about like 2 or 3 times, I believe. See, as you can see, that that right there is 2 feet, and how it's supported is those right there. I have those right there going from the stud all the way up to the bench, which is then supported, I don't know if you can tell, by that right there. So yeah, I built that. That was actually the very first thing that I built in the garage, which is very, very helpful. And I have two screws. I have two screws per stud, like built, like screwed into the studs. So I have two screws there, two screws along. Well, hold on, along there, and then two screws there, two screws there, two screws there, and two screws there. So it's very, very strong. Like if I shake this, it actually shakes the wall itself. So it's damn strong. And then so it's pretty well the same thing here with the shelf. The shelf was, I actually bought the wood, the wood here. I actually bought the wood from our local lumber mill, I guess you could call it. But yeah, so it's about the same thing. Has a piece, diagonal piece going from the wall up to the shelf. and then a whole bunch of screws screwed into the back against the wall there. So I built that, and the things that I have on it is not light, especially that cooler right there. That cooler is completely full of shit, and yeah, it's not light, and it holds it up nicely. And then what else did I build? Oh yeah, there's my car. But I'll talk about my car in a little bit. But I want to talk about what I got done in the garage first. So this cabinet here. This cabinet is about 4 feet wide and about 5.5 feet tall. Or I would say about 6 feet, I would say. Yeah, about 6 feet tall. 4 feet wide. And it has all of my stuff that I have in it. I recently, actually, the last weekend, I put shelves in here. I put shelves in here because before there was absolutely no shelves, no nothing. They're just like little hangers, like little hooks, like something like that right there, all the way, like a couple spots here and there. So I wasn't happy about that. So then I built shelves. Actually, these shelves here were scrap wood from my projects that I've been doing in here. So this shelf here was actually the old shelf that was here, but I reused it and put it in here. And this wood here, I believe this shelf here was the excess wood from this plywood top, I believe. And this shelf here was actually excess wood from the doors here, from these doors. And then I also put my brother's old toolbox, which is, well, he moved away years and years ago, so I guess the toolbox is mine now. So, but yeah, I put the toolbox there. So yeah, I used this area well, I think. And then these are the screws that I use for my projects. I don't know if you could tell, but they're 3 inches long. They're 3 inches long, and yeah, there's about 150 of them, and the diameter of them is about 8 millimeters, I believe, in diameters. I could be damn well wrong, but yeah. And then these screws here I just use for the top of, see right here, those screws for the top of the plywood top are actually those screws there. So yeah, so I built that a couple weekends ago, and then I also built this shelf cabinet, whatever you want to call it. This cabinet here is I would say not completely 8 feet long. I bought the wood 8 feet long, but then I had to cut it down. I had to cut it down to about, I would say, 7.5 to fit in between this thing right here and this over here, which is not quite 8 feet long. So yeah, but it's very, very strong. Like if I shake this, it shakes the wall too. So it's very, very strong. It can hold up quite a bit, as you can tell. All this is just like chemicals and liquids for like what I use for my car and whatnot, and like everyday use sort of thing. So yeah, I have extension cords there, booster cables there, my dolly here, which that dolly I bought from Canadian Tire for $150, and then yeah, I just have booster cables here that I actually never use these booster cables, and then my shovel that I use, and then salt, and then garbage bin. So yeah, I've been quite busy lately. I wanted to do this video in the dark because I thought, because I always do my videos. Like in the daytime, and I thought for a change, I thought I would just do it in the dark, just to see like how well it lights up my garage. Like these lights here, I only have two. Of these lights here, and I think they light up pretty damn well. The lights that were here before, they were dim as hell. So I was like, hell to no, ain't nobody got time for that. So yeah. So I also have this. I wanted to get something like what my brother has, which is like a power bar, which is like a really, really long version of that, but it goes all the way along the front of his bench. But I couldn't find nothing like that at the time, so then I just bought this. And how like the only plug that I have in this garage is that right there. That's the only plug. Well, I have that right there, but that's for my garage door opener. So the only plug I have in the garage is that, which is on the damn ceiling. So I had to run an extension cord from there all the way like between the, I would say, rafters, I don't know, the studs on the ceiling there, all the way along the ceiling, and then back down through to the bottom here, and then there's the extension cord there that hooks up to the light bar, which is right there. And then boom, there you go. It sucks that I have to do that, but that's the only plug. That's the only plug that I have in my garage, so I have to do it. So moving on to my car. Yeah, it. I have a few stories about that, but yeah, right there, I used to have a big hole, like a big rust hole, right there and right there. But I filled it in with what you call it? This. I'll show you. I can show you what I filled it in with. See, I filled it in with this, which actually worked, surprisingly. I filled it in with that, which, it's not the best, but it is the cheapest. So yeah, it's not the best, like I said, but I tried to, like, I painted it after I filled it in. I painted it to like a a rust protectant paint, and then I went over that rust protectant paint with actual like silver paint, and I did that with like a lot of the rust that I have on my car. Like as you can see, I have a lot of the silver paint on my tires because I just wanted to get it done. Right, so yeah. So I also had a little bit of a rust spot right about there, which I think held pretty damn nicely. Well, not held, but it hit it pretty damn nicely. And then I got this, which you guys all remember. I filled it in with that stuff that over there. I filled it in, and then I just did it real quick. I didn't really care. I just didn't want it to rust, So yeah, I fixed that, and I got a couple of spots there. But yeah. Also, I got a story to tell you guys. I was actually a couple of weeks ago. I was in the Walmart parking lot, and I was backing out. And as I was backing out, this woman decided to like rush around me. She tried to like go around me as I was backing out of a parking spot. And yeah, she kind of did that. Unfortunately, I did not rear end her. She did that. I was backing out like I normally do, and normally, people wait as you're backing out. They wait until you're fully backed out and get going so they could take your spot, whatever. But no, she wanted to get around me. She wanted to rush and get around me before I fully backed out. So then her whole entire driver's side door scraped along my bumper. So that happened. But oh well. Well, because of how the insurance works, we tried to go through the insurance with it, and the way that our insurance works is that they said that if it was in a parking lot of a business, then they can't do nothing about it. But if it was out on the road, then you could do something about it. But because it was out in the parking lot of a business, they can't do nothing about it. So, yeah, I'm thinking about replacing the bumper, but I don't know if it's worth it. It's only just that little bit there. It's that little bit there and a little bit right there too, which I don't really care all that much about it because at least it didn't hit my taillight. If it hit my taillight, then I'd be super pissed. But since it's just that, I'm like, whatever. It's not a brand new car. It's a 17-year-old car. Actually, I think this year it will be 18 years old. The car. It's a 2002 Chevy Cavalier. If you've been keeping up with my, YouTube channel, you will know that it's a 2002 Chevy Cavalier. But I've added a couple thousand kilometers to the car since you guys last seen it. I do not have my car keys with me, so I won't be starting it up. But I have 196,000 kilometers on it, which is not bad for a 2002, honestly. But yeah, so yeah, that's a little bit of an update of my garage and what I've been up to. The temperature outside right now, it actually snowed last night. But during the day, the sun melted it away, so we have fresh green grass again. But yeah, so yeah, the temperature outside right now is -2 degrees Celsius, which is 28 degrees Fahrenheit, for you Americans out there. But yeah, so if you want to see me do a cold start on the car, just let me know, or leave a comment, or a like on this video, and I'll do exactly that. Alright, well, I'll see you guys later then. Peace out. See ya.